I recently got contacted by someone who was confused about a distinction I made, and their question made me realize I need to clear this up. Hey friends, welcome back to Punch It Up. Today I want to break down the difference between authenticity and fallibility so you aren't confused about the difference. Both are good for connection and both have the potential for comedy gold, but they are different. Each bolsters the other. They are related, but they're different things. Let's talk about it. But first, okay, so if you watch the previous videos about authenticity and fallibility, you, like some people who contacted me with questions, noticed some crossover. They are definitely cousins, but they are not twins. Here's the distinction in summary. Authenticity means being truthful, emotionally honest, and real about who you are at your core, or who you are at your core at this point in your life. It builds trust and relatability. When someone trusts you and relates to you, particularly if they see any of themselves in you, they either consciously or unconsciously want to support you. And when that happens, anything you say that is even close to funny, they will find charming and humorous and react accordingly. Alone, authenticity doesn't always create laughter, but it can just by itself. It will create connection virtually every time. Now, here's a great example from the show Nobody Wants This on Netflix, which I greatly enjoy and highly recommend. Let's take a peek.
Here, let me open that for you.
Thank you.
Although, are you sure you should be drinking? You seem to be going through something.
Oh, no, I'm just in constant need of attention.
I respect that. I also like attention. I say I don't, but I do.
You do, right?
Yes.
Doesn't it feel good to say it out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, I'm cute. I like when people notice.
There you go. You are cute, I noticed.
Thank you. See, I know.
That is the power of authenticity. They are immediately connected and immediately likable. Now, before moving on to fallibility, for any newcomers who may want to know a little bit more about me, I wrote a silly, funny book about my online dating experience. But in that book, you can see into my brain and my background and my life. If you want to pick it up, the audiobook is only $6. I'll link it down below. It looks like this. This is a picture of me holding it and celebrating. Enjoy. Fallibility means showing your flaws, mistakes, mess-ups, awkward moments. It's the moments where you let yourself be seen as human, vulnerable, and maybe even a little off balance. And what it does is it invites people to laugh with you and not at you. It allows people to commiserate because they've been there. Here's a great example from that same scene in that same show with those same actors. Let's take a look.
You know what else feels good? To say something embarrassing like the second that you meet someone.
Okay.
I'll go first. I had this clear mole removed from my face that no one ever noticed right here. And now the scar is, I think, way more noticeable than the clear mole ever was. I feel like it's all anyone's staring at.
That's the first thing I noticed when you came in.
Is it gross?
It's brutal.
Oh, God.
Yeah. No, I don't see it at all. Something embarrassing for me? Am I supposed to say something embarrassing?
Yeah.
Does this count?
I don't know about you, but I find both of those characters charming, interesting, dare I say, irresistible. Those are two people you would feel comfortable talking to. And even if you didn't laugh at those clips, you can see the potential for funny with those two people. You can see how comfortable they are with themselves and with talking to other people. Now, I get it. Being comfortable with ourselves is a tall order. It's especially difficult for the shy among us. But if you are looking to up your humor quotient and get some funny into your life and into your game, then those two factors are surefire winners. If you combine authenticity with fallibility, you're going to become a force of nature. And it's doable for the shy. You can wrap your head around it by dispelling the myth of perfection or the need to achieve it. Let's talk about it. Nothing kills funny faster than trying to look flawless because funny lives in the flaws. There's a lot of alliteration in that sentence. You're welcome.
A lot of alliteration from anxious anchors placed in powerful posts.
Here's what I have to say about perfection or the focus on achieving it. But first, like and subscribe, y'all. We have a lot to hash out, and I know you don't want to miss an opportunity to argue every point I espouse. So click that button into submission. Make it your batch. I say it that way to keep from getting in trouble on this platform and to reveal that I'm rapidly aging. That's me being authentic. So here's the lowdown on perfection or the pursuit of it. Perfection doesn't exist. It's impossible to achieve because it doesn't exist. Here's why. Perfection is a concept, which means it's different in the eyes of each observer. What's perfect to you is not likely perfect to another, which means even if you achieve your definition of perfection, whomever you encounter may still not perceive you as perfect. So it's a fool's errand. Some would challenge me by suggesting we look at nature. Well, while nature is usually in harmony, perfection just doesn't exist in the natural world, because in nature everything is unique and it's always in a constant state of change and flux. An unchanging ideal of perfection is incompatible and unachievable in the world as we know it. So that's A, perfection doesn't exist. B, if someone were to think of themselves as and make a noticeable effort to present as perfect, what that would say to a friend, for example, is that the friend would never deserve that friendship and could never trust it to last, because the imperfect friend would frequently disappoint and never be worthy. And the perfect friend would never admit to having made a mistake or been unkind or unreasonable, etc. No thank you. Not a friendship that appeals. What the presentation of perfection says to an employer is that you have no growth potential and could never be corrected or taught a different approach, and that you would never admit to a failure or being mistaken, which is the worst possible employee alive, at least in my opinion, because we learn and grow from our mistakes and our failures. And what it says to an audience, even an audience of one, is the story the perfect person will share is going to bore beyond description, because there is no journey or epiphany or joy, just bluster. If your goal is perfection, great, you do you. But if that's the case, then adding humor to your life is certainly not a part of your goal, because the two are incompatible. And the fear of imperfection is often at the root of the painfully shy. If you're watching this and feeling crappy about yourself or your life at this point or your relationship status, I can assure you there is humor to be mined from that situation, and it will help, because humor helps. Humor helps, humor heightens, and humor is everywhere. If you're perfect, congrats. Also, you must be exhausted. If you want to add humor to your life and get the unexpected byproduct of joy, this is the home for you. Okay, have I been clear? Authenticity is here, my bumps and blemishes. Fallibility is here's the thing I screwed up or can't do or don't understand. Perfection is non-existent. This is what you say to yourself and to your world. Quote, like you, I'm human, therefore I'm flawed, which makes me interesting and I'm happy to share it. You want in, unquote? And then enjoy the joy. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying to the end. You know what I'm going to say. You done good.
Wouldn't this be a great world if insecurity and desperation made us more attractive? If needy were a turn on?